Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca and today we're going to be talking about concealers. These are my go-to. Some of them I've tried and I don't really care for, and I'll go over how I use them and what I like and what I don't like about them. If you'd like to see all the concealers that I'm going to be talking about, then just keep on watching.
Hey everybody, it's been a while.
So there are multiple uses for concealers. So concealer is kind of your camouflage, is where you take concealer to cover up certain blemishes and to kind of cover up imperfections. And then there's the concealer technique, or the more popular nowadays is using concealer to contour and to highlight. I, on the other hand, since I do have oily skin, I try to stay away from using concealers as my contour, like the darker colors, and then using that to contour, simply because I do have oily skin and it tends to be a greasy mess all up in here. I do have drugstore and high-end concealers. So I will show you the high-end first. And of course everyone raves and talks about this. You've seen this everywhere, and that is the Tarte Shape Tape. Now this has been blowing up all over social media. This is one of my go-tos that I use on a daily basis to highlight my under eyes and to highlight certain parts of my face and to cover my blemishes. So these are the two that I have. I use the shade light medium, this lighter one here. Tan Sand is this darker one. This product here can be sold at Ulta, and I think it's like $20-some. This is how the doe foot applicator looks. It's massive, and you only need the tiniest little bit. It is a very, very creamy consistency and also full coverage. Very, very full coverage. The Tan Sand one to cover my blemishes. So if I were to apply it onto a pimple, it doesn't just sit on top. And I usually use my fingers whenever I blend out my concealer for pimples. I usually use the lighter one here, which is the light medium one, for under my eyes. Triangular underneath the eyes, and then the bridge of the nose, up on the forehead, the crow's foot on the forehead, and then under the chin, and kind of the center of your face. You should pick a lighter concealer. Now when I say lighter, I mean 2 shades lighter than your normal concealer to cover up blemishes. Super easy to blend.
So yeah, one of my favorites.
On to the next high-end one. This is makeup for, I have this one here. This one is Full Cover Extreme Camouflage Concealer. And I like this product only for my blemishes. So it has its pros and cons. I do like its consistency to cover up blemishes because it is full coverage and it does last all day. But it is not something that I would use under my eyes, simply because it's very unflattering underneath my eyes. It just highlights my wrinkles, and it kind of ages me a little bit. So no go for that for me. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this concealer. Okay, this one, of course, everyone knows about. It's been in the game for quite some time. It's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So, I love NARS packaging. I think they might have changed their packaging actually, but recently. But I love this matte, the soft matte handle and this glass exterior. It has a very tasteful packaging. I love packaging. So it comes in this doe foot applicator. I've used this shade only for my under eyes, and I did find that it did crease on me, and I really liked this concealer on other people when I did makeup on other people. On myself, I did find it crease on me a lot, and since it is creamy, it does tend to do that. An overall really good concealer if I were to use just the centers of my face. It blends out like a dream. It blends out really well. It stays on your face really well, and it does give you that little bit of a radiance to your skin. I do like it for certain parts of my face. I think that's all for my high-end concealers that I have. Like I said, I have used other concealers before. Those I didn't like, I did give away. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the drugstore ones. First drugstore product that I have here. This has also been all over Instagram. Now these products are relatively cheaper. LA Girl makes some really good cheaper products. And then it comes with this brush. Whoop. It does come with a brush applicator. This one does crease on me too. The first time that I used this, it kind of accentuated texture underneath my eyes and right around this area on my cheekbones, and it was not flattering whatsoever. So I do need to give this another shot, but so far I did not like the first try on this. So I went ahead and got their they have their color correcting too. So this is the color correcting one from LA Girl. They're pro concealer still. Still in their same line, same product, how the product comes out through the brush and everything. And the orange corrector is one of my favorites. I use this almost on a daily basis because I have really bad acne scarring. Some full coverage foundations or some foundations just will not cover them up, and you can still see them underneath. And you know, that's the main reason why I kind of want to, you know, I want to create a flawless canvas, and it's hard to do that when you have dark spots peeking through. So what I like to do is I dot it all over my darker spots or darker areas of my skin, then I blend it out with my finger or a compact brush, and I blend that into my skin, and then I put my foundation on, and as if it's like it's a clean canvas. I have no dark spots that will peer through. Even with a medium coverage foundation, you won't see any dark spots peeking through. Another drugstore concealer that I have is from Maybelline. This is their Maybelline New York concealer. I believe this is part of their Fit Me line. This is in the shade medium. And a lot of people do say that this has a lot of resemblance to like the NARS Radiant Concealer, and that it's like a dupe for it. Like the drugstore dupe for it, and I can see the similarities, but it's not an exact dupe in my opinion. It has the same blendability, it has the same texture, but doesn't have the same coverage. So I have this in the shade medium because I use this to, you know, for the highlighted portions of my face. I don't use this to cover up concealer, like to cover up my blemishes, simply because it is, like I said, it's not as full coverage as I would like it to be. Like again, this stuff does crease on me. So next one, we're gonna be zooming through here. This is the Milani Retouch and Erase Concealer. Now this just came out along with other products that they released. I love Milani products. And it comes in this very strange tip here. I've seen this a lot in the drugstore. I don't know why they do this, but I guess it's because they would like to do an all-in-one, like, you know, applicator at the same time. So this comes up
it's so gross looking. Oh my god.
It's out through the sponge tip applicator here, and then you're supposed to like dab the product on your face and then use this as well to blend it out. Now for me, this is not, I don't like using, I don't find it sanitary to use it over and over again, especially if you're gonna use it on someone else's face and then it comes out the sponge and you apply it to your face. I don't know. But since it's only my personal use, I've tried using this sponge just to see if it works. And it does blend it out, but it's not the same as like any beauty sponge. It's it does the job if you're in a hurry, but I personally just tend to dab the product onto the back of my hand, take a brush to apply it onto my face, and then I take a sponge. It's a lot of work. I haven't tried using this to, you know, cover up my blemishes. I think they only have like 5 colors, so they need to Milani definitely needs to broaden up their selections of colors because this is just not, it's a little too yellow than I would like, but I still love the consistency, I love the coverage, and I love the blendability of this product. And it's very, very affordable, so I love this concealer. And then I also have another drugstore concealer. This is from NYX. This is their HD Photogenic Concealer. I have 2 shades here. I have one in beige and the other one is sand beige. So I bought 2 shades just to be careful, and honestly, they're not that much different from one another. They both come, I mean, this line comes with a doe foot applicator, dry up my under eyes and kind of accentuate the creases that I have there, and it also kind of stuck onto those dry textures that I do have. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this concealer. I have to give it a few more tries to see overall my thoughts on it, but if my first initial use on these products were not good. So, another drugstore one that I have been using a butt ton is the Age Rewind by Maybelline. I have 2 of them here. They come in this, yet again, strange end here. They have this sponge tip on the end, and this one is a twist off, so you just have to twist it up and all the product accumulates in this sponge up top here, and then you use the sponge tip to apply it. I love the product inside. The product inside works wonderfully. It claims to be a dark circle eraser, which I do agree. It gives off a very radiant finish. It doesn't crease underneath my eyes either. It does stay on all day, and it does leave me with a very refreshed look at the end, and it's what I look for in a concealer. I mean, I use this today and it blends out just fine, hasn't creased on me yet. By the time that this it reached to this point, I honestly thought I was gonna lose this cap, but I've been really good about keeping it on there because, like I said, if you lose this cap, then this just sits out in the air. And then, like, what? You're exposed to all the dust and the germs and just gonna land on it? Like, you have no other alternative. If you lose this cap, then you're pretty much, I don't know, like, is it sanitary to just use the same sponge and then cap it off and use it again the next day? Like, I don't know how sanitary that is, but if they come up with the new packaging of this, somebody let me know in the comment section below and I will buy it because this is one of my favorite concealers from the drugstore. So, A++ on this concealer here. And the very last one, love this concealer here. Their concealers are so affordable. They're full, they have great coverage, and they blend out like a dream. Like, you touch your sponge or, you know, your brush or whatever and try to blend it out, and it's like a few pats and it's blended out and it's like seamless. I'm like, how? I have all of their shades. So I use light medium. They come in this really nice packaging, and it's like glass on the bottom. It comes in that doe foot applicator, although this doe foot applicator for some reason doesn't pick up enough product like most of them do. I don't know if it's because it's smaller or what, but I do find myself having to dip in this quite a bit just to get, you know, the amount of product I want to cover certain parts of my face. And I have a big face, but I don't have to use a lot of product. I just have to dip into the tube just to get more. It doesn't crease on me. Number one problematic part is it does not crease on me, and that is like it's my favorite. The fact that I could find something that will cover up my imperfections, that is drugstore, that will do a better job than most high-end concealers do, is like a golden treasure for me. And it's just an overall really good product, and I like, for the price, I had to get all of their shades. Little to no effort. I don't even have to try hard to blend this out, or, you know, it does it all on its own. The formula is great. I love Wet n Wild. It's like my go-to product at the drugstore. They've been releasing a lot of really good products lately, and their highlighters, don't even get me started on their highlighters. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers all of the concealers I wanted to talk about. If you have, you know, your favorite concealer that you would recommend for me to use, if we have the same things that we're kind of battling, fire off in the comment section down below and give me your recommendations, and let me know what concealers you found in the drugstore that are high-end, that have worked for you. And yeah, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. There's the little subscribe button down below, because you want to see more of me, so subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.
And it's like, dab, 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 done. Done. Especially if you're in a hurry, you want something that blends really fast. This is for you, girl. This is it, right here. Stop looking. It's right here.